Looking at this diagram, what we have to do is, well, it says complete the table, so all the table's missing from here, but all the table it has is to find what x is equal to, so this angle, and to find what y is equal to, which is this angle, and then you have to justify your answer, okay? So we're looking for a justification. So what does that mean, to justify your answer? Okay, so you need to prove that your answer is correct, and you need to show how you arrived at the solution. So there's a couple ways you can do this. Okay, I want you to think about it. Okay, good. So you've learned that all straight lines, the angles in a straight line, no matter how many angles you have, all of the angles will add up to 180 degrees. Good. What else have you learned?
All triangles add up to 180 degrees.
Good. All the angles in a triangle. So if this is A, B, C, A plus B plus C, all of these angles will also add up to 180 degrees. Good. What about a four-sided shape, a quadrilateral? Did you learn what those angles add up to?
360.
Good. Sorry, this is not a square. It's not right angle. So quadrilateral also adds up to, sorry, it adds up to 360 degrees, all the angles. The sum of the angles adds up to 360. What about this right here? What symbol is that? What does that represent? What kind of angle, if you have this?
Right angle.
Yeah, which is 90 degrees. Good. Okay, so let's start with that. Did you learn what opposite angles, anything about opposite angles?
Opposite angles are equal to each other.
Good. So if I have this angle, then I know that the angle opposite to it is equal. Okay, so opposite angles are equal. Okay, so those are some of the angle properties you've learned. Okay, so the first thing you did was you indicated that this angle here is 85 degrees, and how did you know that?
Because it's the opposite angle.
Good. These two angles are opposite, so they're equal. Good. So you filled in part of this triangle now. So you have 2 out of 3 angles in this triangle. So now you're using the sum of the interior angles in a triangle, the property, and you added 85 plus 65. So you added the 2 angles. What did you get?
150.
150 degrees. And why is that helping you? What did that help you to get?
It's helping because the sum of the angles is 180.
Good. So then what do you have to do to find out this missing angle?
I have to subtract that from 180.
Good. 180 minus 150 equals
30.
30 degrees. Good. So we know that this angle is 30, and that's actually going to help you figure out x, right?
Since it was a right angle,
Good.
and then it was cut.
Good. So because this whole thing forms a right angle, which is 90 degrees, what did you do? 90 minus 30 equals 60 degrees. So you just found x. Okay? And we can check 60 plus 30 adds up to 90. Good. X is equal to 60 degrees. Okay? So this is our justification for how we got x. Now we're going to find y. We have 85 degrees, 30, and 60. So you're
Could have split it into 2 triangles. But
So you're using the idea that this is a four-sided shape, and right now you only know, one angle inside the four-sided shape. Are there any other angles right now that you can figure out before you have to find y inside this four-sided shape? Okay, so we know that 108 is here, and if I want to figure out this angle, what do these 2 angles have to add up to if they're on a straight line?
180 degrees.
Right, they have to add up to 180. So can we find out this missing angle? What would we do?
We'd subtract
180 minus 108. And what do you get? 72 degrees. Okay, so now we know that this angle is 72, but we still have this unknown, and you actually have another unknown. So we can't use the property of the sum of the interior angles in a quadrilateral yet because you still have 2 unknowns. But we actually could find this angle. How can you find that? Right. By finding that and figuring out the opposite. What shape does this make? If I draw this around, what shape is that?
Circle.
And what does a circle add up to? How many degrees? Think of a circle. Think of a protractor. Put two protractors together.
Oh, 360.
360. And we know, you just said it, that this angle is opposite this angle, so they're equal. So, okay, so we're going to add 85 degrees plus 85, which is what?
170.
Good, 170 degrees. And we want to know the missing angles. Well, the total is 360, so you said we have to do 360 minus 170, and what do you get?
190.
190. So these two angles add up to 190, they're equal, so what do we do?
We divide them by 2.
Good, and you get
95.
95 degrees, good. So now you know that this angle is 95 degrees. You have 1, 2, 3 out of the 4 angles in the quadrilateral. The sum of angles in a quadrilateral add up to what?
360.
Okay, so what are we going to do to find the missing angle y?
We're going to add them all.
Okay, so
and then subtract that from 360 degrees.
good, so 95 plus 60 plus 72, what does that equal? 227 degrees, and we're going to subtract that from 360, 133 degrees, therefore y is equal to 133 degrees, and we have our justification, and we've just answered the question. We've completed the table.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.